The cardiovascular system explained like never before. Welcome to Biomed Explorer. In this video, I'd like to talk about the human cardiovascular system. In this video, I'll discuss what the cardiovascular system is, what blood actually does, how it travels through two separate circuits in your body, the heart itself, and how it beats, the blood vessels, blood pressure, and the major jobs this system does every single second to keep you alive. So let's get started. What is the cardiovascular system? Most people know the heart is important, they know it beats, and they know it has something to do with blood. But very few people actually understand how this entire system works together as a single coordinated machine. So what exactly is it? The cardiovascular system is a closed network made up of your heart and an enormous web of blood vessels that stretches through every part of your body. The heart acts as a muscular pump that drives blood through this network, reaching nearly every cell you have. Think of it as a delivery and pickup service that never stops running, not even while you sleep. Every single day, this system moves an enormous volume of blood, somewhere around 2,000 gallons or more, depending on how active you are. That blood carries oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and immune cells to your tissues and carries waste products like carbon dioxide away. Without this system, your cells would suffocate and starve within minutes. Your brain, in particular, is extremely sensitive to interruptions in blood flow. Just a few seconds without it, and you can lose consciousness. Just a few minutes without it, and permanent damage can begin. So as you can tell, this is one of the busiest and most urgent systems in your entire body. What does blood actually do? Now, let's talk about the fluid itself. Blood is not just a single substance. It's actually a mixture of several different components working together. It carries red blood cells that transport oxygen, white blood cells that defend against infection, platelets that help you stop bleeding when you're injured, and plasma, the watery liquid that carries all of these pieces around and dissolves nutrients, hormones, and proteins. As blood travels through your tissues, oxygen and nutrients get dropped off at your cells, and waste products like carbon dioxide get picked up in return. This exchange happens inside incredibly tiny vessels called capillaries, vessels so small that red blood cells often have to squeeze through them in single file, one at a time. That is the basic job of blood. Pick up oxygen, deliver it, pick up waste, carry it away, and repeat that cycle over and over again for your entire life without ever stopping for a break. How blood moves through the body, the two circuits. Now you might be wondering, how does blood actually get pushed through this entire network? Unlike some other systems in the body, the cardiovascular system has a dedicated built-in pump, and that pump is the heart. But here's something that surprises a lot of people. Blood doesn't just travel in one giant loop around your body. It actually moves through two separate circuits that connect to one another and work as a pair. The first is called pulmonary circulation. This is the short trip between your heart and your lungs. Oxygen-poor blood gets pushed out of the right side of your heart and sent into your lungs, where it drops off carbon dioxide and picks up a fresh supply of oxygen. That newly oxygenated blood then travels back to the left side of your heart, ready for its next journey. The second is called systemic circulation. This is the long trip, the one that delivers oxygen-rich blood out to your entire body, your brain, your muscles, your digestive organs, all the way down to your fingertips and toes, and then carries the oxygen-poor blood all the way back to your heart, so the whole cycle can start again. Think of it like two connected loops shaped like a figure 8. One loop refuels the blood at the lungs, and the other loop delivers that fuel to every part of you that needs it. The heart, your body's engine. As blood travels through these two circuits, it passes through 4 separate chambers inside your heart, almost like 4 small rooms inside a building. The top 2 chambers are called atria, and their job is to collect incoming blood. The bottom 2 chambers are called ventricles, and they're responsible for the powerful pumping contractions that push blood back out into the vessels. Each chamber is fitted with valves that work like one-way doors, making sure blood always flows forward and never leaks backward into the chamber it just left. A normal resting heart beats somewhere between 60 and 100 times every single minute, all day and all night, whether you're thinking about it or not. Here's the path blood actually takes on a normal trip through the heart. Oxygen-poor blood enters the right atrium, drops down into the right ventricle, and gets pumped out toward the lungs. After picking up fresh oxygen, that blood returns to the left atrium, drops down into the left ventricle, and from there it gets pumped out to the rest of your body with serious force. That left ventricle, by the way, is the strongest and most muscular chamber of the heart because it has the toughest assignment of all, pushing blood all the way out to your toes and back against gravity and resistance with every single beat. Even the heart itself needs to be fed. A network of vessels called coronary arteries wraps around the outer surface of the heart, supplying the heart muscle with its own private blood supply. If one of these arteries becomes blocked, the heart muscle downstream starts to lose its oxygen supply, and the result is what's commonly known as a heart attack. The whole sequence of one heartbeat is called the cardiac cycle. It has two main phases. During diastole, the heart relaxes and fills with blood. During systole, the ventricles contract and forcefully eject that blood out into the vessels. This two-step rhythm, fill, then squeeze, repeats roughly once every second of your entire life. The blood vessels, arteries, veins, and capillaries. After leaving the heart, blood travels through three main types of vessels, and each one has a very specific job to do. Arteries carry blood away from the heart. Picture them like big highways, thick, muscular, and elastic enough to handle high pressure since they're closest to the powerful pumping force of the ventricles. The largest artery in your body, the aorta, branches off the top of the heart like a tree trunk splitting into limbs, sending blood toward every region of your body. As arteries branch off into smaller and smaller pathways, they eventually shrink down into capillaries, the tiniest vessels in your entire body. This is where the real exchange happens, oxygen and nutrients moving out into your tissues, waste products moving back in. Capillary walls are only a single cell thick, which is exactly what allows this exchange to happen so efficiently. From there, blood collects into small vessels called venules, which merge into larger veins that carry blood back toward the heart. Veins are thinner-walled than arteries since they're working with much lower pressure, and many of them contain valves of their own to keep blood moving in one direction, especially in your legs, where blood has to travel uphill against gravity to get back to your heart. This is part of why moving your muscles, like walking or stretching your calves, actually helps push blood back upward more efficiently. Blood pressure, the force behind the flow. You've almost certainly had your blood pressure checked at a doctor's office, but you may not know exactly what those two numbers mean. Blood pressure is simply a measurement of how much force your blood is placing on the walls of your arteries as it moves through them. The higher number, called systolic pressure, measures the force during a heartbeat when the ventricles are actively contracting. The lower number, called diastolic pressure, measures the force in between heartbeats while the heart is relaxed and refilling. Blood pressure naturally decreases the further blood travels from the heart since resistance builds up along the way. This is also why your blood pressure can rise during stress, exercise, or illness, and why keeping it within a healthy range over the long term is so important for protecting your heart, brain, and kidneys. The three main jobs of the cardiovascular system. So now that we've covered all of the parts, let's bring it together. The cardiovascular system has three main jobs that it performs every single second of your life. The first job is transportation. Blood is constantly delivering oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and other essential substances to every tissue in your body while simultaneously hauling away carbon dioxide and metabolic waste. Without this constant delivery service, your cells would have no way to get what they need to survive. The second job is regulation. The cardiovascular system helps control your body temperature by adjusting how much blood flows near the surface of your skin, helps balance fluid levels throughout your tissues, and helps maintain the proper pH and chemical balance in your blood. The third job is protection. Blood carries white blood cells and antibodies that defend your body against infection, and it carries platelets and clotting factors that seal off wounds and stop bleeding before it becomes dangerous. In many ways, the cardiovascular system works hand in hand with your immune system to keep you safe when things go wrong. It's worth briefly mentioning how important it is to keep this system healthy, since cardiovascular problems remain one of the leading health concerns worldwide. Conditions like high blood pressure, atherosclerosis, where arteries become narrowed by fatty buildup, and heart attacks all stem from disruptions somewhere along this delicate network of pumps and pipes. Even strokes, while they happen in the brain, are fundamentally cardiovascular events caused either by a blocked vessel or a ruptured one. This is part of why doctors so often emphasize regular exercise, balanced nutrition, and routine checkups, because so much of your long-term health depends on keeping this system running smoothly. Wrapping it up. There you have it, the human cardiovascular system, a relentless, tireless network of chambers, valves, and vessels working every second to keep you alive. It pumps oxygen-poor blood to your lungs for a refill, sends oxygen-rich blood out to every corner of your body through systemic circulation, and brings it all back home to start the cycle over again. The heart, the arteries, the veins, and the capillaries all work together as part of this system to keep your body fueled, balanced, and protected. The cardiovascular system may be something you rarely think about, but with every single heartbeat, it's working hard behind the scenes to keep you alive. Thanks for watching, and Biomed Explorer uploads a new science video every day. Please subscribe and share.